Welcome to an artist's life. I live by the sea in New England, and I love to share my quiet, simple life of art and garden and home. So I hope you will feel that you can come and join me. Welcome to an artist's life. Good day, everyone. I think today's vlog is going to be an art or drawing vlog. As I mentioned, I'm trying to do more shorter vlogs, focusing on the various things I normally put into my longer vlogs. So today it's overcast. We have promise of rain, but not until this evening. And actually I'm going to head down and do some sketching. I often sketch in a traditional sketchbook as well, but I do like to sketch on my little portable tablet because then I can do some basic underline sketching and then I can just transfer it to my computer for my bigger digital drawing tablet I use most often. But the fact that it's overcast is usually the day I take my tablet down. Were it sunny, I would have my traditional pencil, pen, and notebook. But when it's overcast, it's the perfect type of light to use a digital pen. So let's head on down and get some drawing done. So here we are down on the beach. Lovely overcast day, but yet it's not too breezy. I didn't even have to often I tie my hats down with my scarves to stop them from flying away. But today should be pretty good. You can see we have some nice waves, so the sound is lovely. So easy, just either put up a chair or I'll sit on a rock. And then I think today, since I haven't shared it in a while, maybe I'll do some sketching of just a quick landscape background just for the fun of it. So grab your pen and pencil or whatever you use to draw and join me on the beach. And as I've said before, the sea can be a distraction as well as an inspiration. But I use it as reward. Now I've sat dutifully and diligently on my little rock and sketched and laid out a fun little outline to play with later on. So my reward is getting my wellies in the drink, enjoying the sound of the waves splashing against them. And look, Algernon Seagull and his new bride are keeping me company. They're belligerently looking at the flat rock, which is now just spitting up water because it's almost completely under the tide. But as day comes and day goes, so too the tide comes in and rolls out. And as it goes out, Algernon Seagull will go and gather up a crab for he and his sweet love, and they'll return to the rock. And I will walk and walk for days on end and years in my lovely sea and sketch my lovely view. The one constant in life is change, but sometimes subtle changes, like the tide, or the clouds, the sun coming and going, the moon rising and setting. Sometimes such changes can be just the sort of false feeling of sameness. that really helps one to feel quiet and at ease. Probably splashed around a bit enough. Let's go in and do some more drawing, and I'll share it on the screen. And maybe I'll play some of the scenery in the background as I draw. It's been a good day for sketching. Well, I've taken the sketch that I worked on the beach and I brought it in, and so now you can see this is the basic outline sketching I was doing when I shared my drawing on the beach. On my simple little tablet I can do basic, I basically just treat it like a sketchbook, and here you can see I'm just sketching out the big rock and the outline of the neighbor's house. And here I use, what's nice about using digital things is I can change to a straight line, so I can place 2 points on the screen and it gives me a line. Now it's not a straight line unless I line it up straight, but basically I was just looking for the sort of center point where I wanted the perspective to go, which was the neighbor's house. Now at this point I've moved what I did on the beach from that computer onto my main computer, where I use my nicer Wacom tablet, and now I'm in my Corel Painter program, which is another reason why I like to sketch digitally, because I can kind of change, I can hand things around to my different computers. And here you can see I'm just adding more detail onto this sketch that I already had, and to the right you can see in the bottom right are the various layers. Now at this point I'm just going in and playing with color. Though it was a foggy day, I could do this easily in grays and blues and make it very misty and ethereal, but I'm sitting inside with the rain, and you might hear the thunder in the background because the rain started since I've moved inside. I just like to play with color a lot, so I thought I'm going to play with this as it's my sort of candy floss sunset sky I often love, which I've shared on the vlog before. We get beautiful pinky apricot skies and sort of greeny blue, sometimes golden sea. So I'm just playing with color here, and this is still in my, this is probably the 4th layer, and this is just pastel and chalk, just to do an underline. And then I just like to play with color and build it up. But now because I have that basic sketch, I can go back in and paint this with watercolor, with oil, and make it more moody, change the coloring. So this is just the way I like to play. And I haven't really shared that much of landscapes, so here I am playing with a landscape. Now after I've played with the chalk and the pastel layer, I then go on to another layer, and here I'm using oils and oil pastel. So this here, it gets a little bit more detailed, a little bit more moody. Now when I do when I like to do landscapes, I often make them quite abstract or very almost impressionistic in a sense. I just like to use dabs and daubs of color to get that look that I'm going for. And in this case, I just kind of build up that color. And now this could easily be a background for another piece. So to kind of go over quickly to show you, here we have the rough sketch with the chalky pastel in. And then as you can see, we fade into where I currently am with the oil pastels and oil paint, kind of building up a background. Now another example of me using this sort of an abstract background is, here's a painting I did, and I actually shared this, this was given to my patrons on my Patreon page. I weekly and monthly share or give images, downloadable images, my artwork for my patrons to have as part of their being my patrons. And this is a piece I shared with them, which I did actually when I was in England last time. I sketched the background in the countryside, and then because I often, I'm never happy with just landscapes, I often add animals and figures. So in this case, I made up characters of rabbits and a couple of ladies enjoying the setting sun with their parasols, and I really wanted to play with light there. So that's just an example of how I use my landscapes in a sort of abstract way to kind of be a background for work. So this, what we worked on today, could be used many times over again as either a standalone piece as a landscape, or it will probably be used as a background for another piece with animals and figures in. For our second drawing today, I'm going to keep working on the drawing of Phillip from Lalande, and I just want to say that my drawings I'm going to be doing of Lalande again are just out of respect for them and not in any effort to try to gain followers or such. In fact, I'm not even sure, I probably won't sell these images. I'm actually thinking of maybe making them into maybe like coloring book images I can offer as downloads as a sort of donation to Lalande, but I'll talk about that in another vlog. But I just want to make sure that everyone realizes I do Lalande sketches out of admiration and joy for its inhabitants. All right, let's get back to adding color to Phillip's sketch. You'll recall last time we had the sketch, just the outline sketch. And so today I'm doing what I would do normally, my second phase sketch, where I take another layer and use chalk and chalky pastels and just basically play with color. So this is just the sketchy phase of our of Phillip with the animals, and I'm just having fun. I'm sticking with the color, similar color that was actually in his outfit from Lalande, and but obviously, as you see, I've added some chums for him, a little hedgehog sitting on his shoulder, and a mouse in his top hat, which I've also added a top hat, and a mouse on the edge of his cuff. So again, just playing with color, and what I probably will do with this is I will turn this into ultimately probably an oil painting, because I think it's going to go well in my figures. Basically it was ladies with animals, but I think it's just going to be figures with animals. So I'm just enjoying playing with it, and usually at the sketchy stage I like to have more fun with color, whilst when I do it in oil it has a little bit more of a more realistic feel. But in the chalky phase I just love to go back in and, you know, add blues and yellows and primary colors just to kind of brighten it up and give it some life. And I think by doing that it really allows me to play and have fun, which is an important part for me, at least, for making artwork. So as I know many of you don't really appreciate the Lalande sketches, let's just call this The Dutchman and His Friends. And in this iteration, I'm not sure if I will offer it for sale. Maybe I would do a limited edition, I'm not sure. I think I will be offering it for my patrons on my Patreon channel, who of course that's part of their being a patron. That would be a download for them. I actually might include it as the black and white version too, as a downloadable coloring book page. So, but I may not do any more sketches of Lalande characters, at least not to share on my vlog. I really do genuinely enjoy doing it, but I'm not sure that everyone appreciates it, so I'll probably try to steer away from that. But I think this painting of Phillip is enough standalone on its own to be The Dutchman and His Friends as a painting. So we'll see what I do with it in the future. I'll let you know, but I probably will share it with my patrons. So I hope you can appreciate it in and of itself as a standalone piece. And with that, let's get on with the rest and the end of this video. I know I'm forever showing Algernon on his rock, but today, or just now, he just got a crab. I tried to grab my camera fast enough. He's breaking it up, but what's interesting is other times when seagulls come on to try to steal his food or they fight over it, he chases them away. But today we see him calling out after he's offered it to his sweet, sweet darling. And the two of them are sharing their crab dinner. I just thought it was sweet. And there's some funny little ducks in the distance. So yes, I know I show the flat rock and the seagulls often, but I just wanted you to see, I think Algernon has taken his wife. It's funny to see them sharing it because, well, usually it's screeching and hollering and fighting to see who can get what. But when there's love in the air and it's springtime, suddenly Algernon Seagull is chivalrous and giving. And the sun has come quite out today. We started out rather foggy and not cold, but a bit chillier. And now today, it's lovely and warm. and obviously the perfect time for pairing off and love. And I think, I'm not sure if you can see, but my loon I love, oh, he just dove. He always gives me the beautiful call, which I've sampled and shared in my opening. And when I make my spring opening, which I probably will do in the next few weeks, I'm sure I will include it then. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's nice to kind of compartmentalize my vlogs into various things. So today being an art vlog, I can then have a vlog where we do an outing or a little tour somewhere, or we stay at home and play in the garden. So we'll see. It's all an experiment, this YouTube life. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. And I don't know if I have a set schedule yet. I'm going to keep trying out these type of vlogs, and we'll see where we end up. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the chats and in the comments. And remember, stay creative.